Welcome, my Tauruses, to your 2023 year ahead reading. I'm Christine. If you're new, welcome to this channel, and if you're returning, it's great to see you. I am so excited, and I'm probably going to say this word a lot. If you have trouble hearing me, I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm really excited to do these readings for you. As I shuffle, quick reminders. Know that energy is fluid. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates. Always use your discernment and really listen to your intuition no matter which readers that you follow. It's super important. And, oh, last one. I've been forgetting with this shadow period of Mercury retrograde. This reading is for any Taurus, whichever placement that you feel intuitively guided to look at, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, North Node, even South Node, any other. We are going to get started. I am using a new year forecast spread by the Tarot Lady. It's just a tarot spread. We're going to use the tarot first, and then I will dive into some oracle at the end. So we are going to start with the summary of 2022 and see how that year went for you, because reflection is always important. Okay, I'm fanning out the tarot and I am selecting. Usually for my monthly readings, if any of you are tuned in, I just allow whatever cards to come through to come, but for time's sake, because this reading can easily get long, we're picking one card for each area. So the first summary of 2022, we have the Chariot, Cancer energy. I know this was a pivotal year. 2022 was a big year for my Tauruses because we had eclipses in the Taurus Scorpio nodal axis points. And that is still continuing into 2023 for the better half of the year. And so there's a lot of changes, and I'm sure you've experienced them. I feel like 2022, I would say, was a lot of changes, growth, transformation for you all. You may have experienced, or new directions may have opened up. So you may have experienced different pathways that you've had to go through as a result of some endings, and also new directions that have come up as a result. You're like, you know, had I stayed there, I thought I would have continued onwards, but this made me realize I want to go here. And so with this Cancerian energy, this also speaks to, I feel, your emotional connection to your home, your sanctuary, but also an extension of what you do. I'm getting total Cap vibes because obviously Capricorn is the polar house sign of Cancer, but with this Chariot card, I feel like many of you are really, or have made changes in 2022, and also changes that just, we'll say the universe made changes, especially with a lot of the nodal axis points that many of us have been working to embrace, which is a structure, stability, worth, value. These open up a lot of different ways of thinking, different belief systems. It really helped you harness what it is that you valued, what it is that you want. Many of you may have also too have gotten connected to the emotional aspect of what you want to nurture, and perhaps ideas that you want to carry forward into 2023. So I feel overall 2022, there was a lot of, is this a hill? These look like trees. Maybe it's a hill with a home, or trees, and this is in the background. But I feel like literally you navigated some steep challenges in 2022. Perhaps a lot of them were more mental mindset, but still I would say those are the hardest part, more than the material things, because it requires a shift that we're not always comfortable with, or we don't feel comfortable, and it takes some time growing into those shoes, right? In other words, it takes time leaning into it and feeling comfortable. And so I feel like 2022 allowed you to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, allowed you to realize, wow, I thought things were slow and steady here. I thought things were safe and comfortable, but no, something came and tore that down. And now something else has opened. And so I feel like 2022 completely primed you and is priming you for 2023 to end the year stronger. Let's continue on. We have your career outlook. And we got the 5 of Coins. Don't be scared. This is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I mean, 5 of Coins with 5 of Pentacles. Sometimes this looks like isolation, really considering your value. It could be insecurity. I feel like there's decisions here that are going to have to be made, and it has to do too with some changes that occurred in 2022. And some of you may have been knocked off your rocker. You may have been knocked off your sense of safety, stability, feeling good in what you did. Perhaps good is not the word. Feeling comfortable. And when we are knocked out, especially if it's not our choice, and then the universe kind of puts tower moments, i.e. eclipses, and something happens, maybe our jobs change, our careers destabilize, relationships break down, something happens, we're like, what? We didn't see it coming. And I feel like with your career outlook, this is what you are going to really start to piece together for 2023, really getting clear on your value, or values, I should say. What is it that I value in a career? This is a deep diving soul card to me. What do I want? Because in 2022, there were a lot of changes, a lot of directions, perhaps movements, and you've had to adjust. It's not like the universe said, okay, I'll let you choose this or this. No, it was like, okay, this is done. You got to go here. And that energy sometimes can be extremely, it could cause like a chaotic effect, almost like an earthquake. And it could make our nervous system feel like wonky. We're like, whoa, what just happened? It's like an earthquake to the body. And so again, with the 5 of coins, there may be a sense of insecurity. You're like, oh my God, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what I want. I know, in career, things may not be working out in the way that I want, or I really need to focus on what it is that I value and how I want to feel and where I want to put my energy in next. So for 2023, get clear on your values. Really think about what matters most to you in your career. Because if you're someone that values home, for instance, and you love, beautiful things, being around home, you value freedom, working a 9 to 5 in a place that has no windows, no access to sunlight, and everything is just like a white space with nothing, and that is very restrictive in terms of hours, your values are probably not going to align. And that's an extreme example I gave, but in the same vein, really think about, again, what matters to you most going into 2023, because the main point of these nodal points that we've been experiencing since January 2022 in your sign of Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio, we are embracing and shifting our value system, and so that we are more aligned with what it is that we want to do, especially, well, Taurus rules the 2nd house when it comes to career, when it comes to those foundations that we build, when it comes to those structures, especially with physical and emotional security. Taurus is also ruled by Venus, so this speaks about finances. Inherently, it's tied. Even though we're on career, the 3rd card, the next one, will focus on our finances. They are very much tied. Many people, their careers are what produce that financial safety net, right? That produces the money that they need. And so 2023, I sense some anxiety, or perhaps maybe confusion at this time. This is simply grabbing your favorite drink, sitting down and really getting deep and reflective and asking yourself what I value. Is where I am in now, the position that I am now, the career that I have now, does this align to my values? And if not, what's the next step? That's it. Next step that I can take. Because in 2023, you're being asked to really reconsider those values, to release any feelings of insecurity, any feelings of not feeling safe, because this is too all about mindset as well. And you are being guided. You may feel like you're being pushed, but you're being guided out of what's not for you anymore, and what's not in alignment with you, and where you're going and how you've grown. That's the most important thing, and we feel it. That's the thing. But we hold on tight, and particularly you all, my Tauruses, are so huge on safety. And sometimes when you're very comfortable, you equate that to safety, but we don't grow in safety, right? We grow when we expand that safety net. So it's almost like bubble, like that bubble. Some of you want to take your bubble with you, and you're like, no, we got to unzip that bubble, step out, maybe carry the bubble with us, but step out of it, because you don't have to remain in this energy. So don't procrastinate on your career evaluation, because this is for 2023 going to set you up. 5-2 can be indicative of changes in what it is that you want to do. So I sense for many of you in 2023, you all are going to pivot into a completely different career. Some of you may be, for example, in sales and you're like, you know what? I want to go into the fitness industry, or I'm a chef now and I want to be a psychic reader, or maybe I want to go to circus school and work something more creatively. Whatever it is, I feel like there is a shift in values. Perhaps that's why I sense insecurity, fear, which is so normal, because I pivoted from a political science background, I'll say, into what I'm doing now. Among many things. So I'll just tell you, I understand the fear is real. But when you truly, truly recognize and really bring to your awareness your value systems, and then you realize, okay, well, is where I am, do I want to continue here? You're going to quickly realize this doesn't emotionally fulfill me. And you want that emotional fulfillment and safety just as much as you want that physical aspect too. Ooh, sorry, a cough drop got stuck to my cheek pouch. Finances are next. We got the Magician, Mercury energy, Virgo, Gemini as well. I love this card because this speaks to me of the magic is in your hands. Again, it goes with your career. You all are super powerful manifestors, I feel. In 2023, it's like your wishes are my command. Whatever you really put your intention on, once you get clear on those, right? That's why I say it's important to deep dive and to consider your values. Once you get deep and you get clear about those values, it's going to make it easier to look at, okay, well, what do I want to do next? And to explore potential avenues of different careers, different positions, things that are more alignment to what you want to do. And so with the Magician card, with your finances, you're going to have the ability, I feel, the fortune, the luck. You're going to have, I wanted to say Jupiter, but you're going to have luck on your side. Should you place this magic, this intention, I should say, in the right way, right? So your mindset has to be there as well. So when we're very clear on what it is that we want, especially if it comes to our financial situation, it'll be easy to call that in. But if we're not 100% sure, if we feel any sense of insecurity or our value systems are not in line, we're going to get a shitload of a mess. And so 2023 is really calling you to tell you you have more power than you realize. Take that empowered stance. Get clear on what you want. Call in what you want. Take inspired action and work and allow things to come in. Not about controlling things. With the Magician, no. This is also helping you to obtain balance, because I feel like this may be an earth thing. I feel like for you all, there may have been some instability in career. I feel like there may be a start over or what is it called? A lateral move. I feel like some of you are shifting careers. I get a whole new careers for some of you, like different, completely different. I'm not talking about getting a promotion or working for another job, but in the same industry or field. I'm talking about completely different field, like see you later banking, I'm going to circus school kind of vibe. And so whenever you are clear about that, I feel like the money is going to come. Doing what you love brings you joy and happiness, and that in itself is going to bring you the financial compensation that you seek. So again, get clear on what it is you want to manifest and bring into reality, because this is the start of something new. This looks like Cinderella vibes too. You see the mice, the pumpkins. Maybe this is the fairy godmother. You have the ability to co-create with the universe, with your financial situation. So again, this really has to do with clarifying what it is you want for 2023. Okay, in terms of love, Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, so we have those that are looking for love, those that are in relationships, and I also include platonic love, even though we have family and friends outlook next. So for the Page of Love, I feel like some of you that are looking for love may be exploring, be opening up to dating again, opening up your heart. You may be potentially dipping your toes and maybe setting up a profile. I feel like 2023, there may be an interest. Page of Cups signifies something, you know, like a small expression of that. of making that move towards that area. So it can mean like preparing yourself and just being open. You have a rabbit here. I thought there was another rabbit. But I feel like many of you are going to prepare that part of your life. And so that may mean simply getting ready in terms of making space in your life, setting up a dating profile if you do online dating, or taking stock of where you go, where you like to have fun, where you enjoy, experiencing things and making time to do those things so you could potentially meet new people. But this is taking, a small step towards that direction with love. I do feel like with the bunny, this gives me manifesting vibes, but I got Alice in Wonderland too, even though this fairy tale, this story has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland. But the bunny is signets. And if I make any snafus here with communication, I'm blaming the shadow of Mercury retrograde, because I have been this speaks of fertility. So I feel like for those that are dating, you will have an opportunity to meet and go out with different people. I feel like this is a year where if you're getting back into it, it's going to be like a great testing ground. And again, remember, these are overviews. I'm reading for the collective of Taurus. If there are those of you, you're like, what? I don't want to just date. I want to find my committed long-term partner. I do monthly readings too, and I have lives every week. So this is not going to capture everything. If it doesn't resonate, remember, be like, oh, nope, not for me. That's it. This is merely capturing the energy for the entirety of 2023 for all Tauruses I'm tapping into. So again, this could be simply opening the door and you're like, you know what, I'm getting ready to date, for those singles that are out there, and you're preparing that. So again, setting up profiles, making a list, journaling what it is that you want in a partner, getting clear on your boundaries and standards and expectations, etc. For those that are in partnerships, I feel like this could be taking the next step towards expansion of your love. It could be a higher degree or level of commitment. So again, it could be literally engagement. It could be thinking about, because the bunny represents fertility, expansion, wealth. But in terms of love, it could mean taking that next step. So it's going to look very different for everyone, because everyone's next steps are defined differently. So it could be moving in together. It could be simply making the relationship one-on-one, monogamous. It could be proposal, engagements. It could be a marriage. It could be having kids. It could be getting a dog, exchanging house keys. I feel like there's going to be another level of commitment here offered and opened. And for those, because love is very expansive and it doesn't only include romantic love. For those that are not interested in romantic love and you want to just find out, okay, well, what's in general for me when it comes to just friendships and stuff, I feel like you will have the opportunity to meet friends, and that could literally multiply, because bunnies multiply when they mate. They have a lot of babies. So you have an opportunity to really expand your friend group, or we'll just say your general love group, your friends, people that you care about at work, and things like that. Until 2023 will give you the ability, 2023, you may find different opportunities, I should say, to connect with other people, to forge the beginning stages of those soul type of relationships that you want, right? Because obviously, relationships don't generally happen overnight. It takes time to get to know someone. We cultivate and nurture the relationship and it grows. So I see some positive efforts here for everyone. Red 2 is very lucky in many Asian cultures. Red is fortuitous and brings a lot of good luck, especially when you tie ribbons on pipes under your sink, because this is a water element, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. If any of you do feng shui, you can tie like a red ribbon underneath your sinks, and that allows you to bring prosperity in terms of wealth, right? Because water represents wealth. Too much of it, it could drown it. But in terms of love here, love of all kinds, it brings that too. So that's something to think about as well. Okay, in terms of family and friends, let's see what the outlook is in 2023 Okay, we got 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. This is more earth energy. And so this is about building. And this person does not look like a happy camper, because 8 of coins speaks to hard work, being focused and determined and disciplined, almost like a Saturn energy here. Think Cap energy, Capricorn. And so with your family and friends, you may really, again, be assessing kind of similar energy, overall energy with Capricorn. You may be assessing your friendships and even family dynamics and thinking about what's working, what's not. Where are things not balanced? In other words, where are things maybe one-sided, not reciprocal? Where am I putting in more work than I need to be? Is my energy drained? Do I not feel good around this person? Because with the 8 of coins, this speaks to putting in a lot of work. And when you put in a lot of work, you want to see the fruits of your labor, right? And so when it comes to family and friends, if you're the one only putting in the work, you're being advised to rethink that. Again, this goes along with your values. There's a whole re-envisioning, especially with Taurus and Scorpios, on value systems, on letting go of things that are not working for you right now, things that you've grown from, things that have shifted, and where you are currently at. And so in 2023, again, especially when we looked at your love outlook, and if you see me looking, I have my computer here with the tarot spread for reference. You don't want to put in more effort than necessary and feel like, you know, why am I exhausted? Why do I feel drained? Because in 2023, you want to connect to people that are reciprocal, that offer you love and that are able to exchange that, right? I'm talking about platonic love and romantic love, whatever it is you're looking for. But in the case of family and friends, obviously platonic love. And so really figure out if what it is that you are building with others and whether that relationship is deserving of your energy in 2023. So this calls for reassessment. You may find that you have to pull back or reimagine what that relationship looks like to you. Maybe you have a cousin who constantly complains a lot and you're like, no, I can't anymore. That's it. That means boundaries have to be put in place. You don't have to necessarily cut her out if you don't want to, but maybe a boundary. Or you have a friend who constantly drains you or only calls you when they need someone. It's that type of energy. So 2023 is calling for you to, again, really delineate boundaries, because you don't want to put in all this work and realize it's just you working at it. You want it to be reciprocal and balanced. Okay, next we have spirituality. Knight of Swords. This is air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So this is momentum for going forward, taking swift action. And with the air, Capricorn got this air energy too. They got the Lovers with Gemini. I feel like your spirituality is going to speed up, and you got a white horse. They got something similar. You may find yourself receiving more intuitive messages, because with this air, there's a quickness. Air is very fast, like fire. And so you may find that your intuitive psychic skills all of a sudden elevate. And I feel like this is in tandem just with the year, because we're in a period of great spiritual awakening. But I feel like this is too to help shift the energies from masculine to feminine. And so in this case, I feel like in 2023, your spiritual, we'll say spiritual health, spirituality in general, you're going to find a greater presence, importance, and you may even find yourself being drawn to things you weren't drawn before. Things that are not, we'll just say earthly, right? Things that are more metaphysical, more 12th house, 8th house, Piscean, and even Scorpionic. We'll just say water signs in general, Cancer too, because they're very psychic. You may find yourself really wanting a deeper connection to something bigger, something more meaningful, because sometimes when you place that sense of safety outside of you, especially on things that can change outside of your control, like jobs or careers. Sometimes we don't have control, especially if you work for someone else. Job insecurity is very real. It's not like what it used to be, where, you know, people had security in jobs and worked in these positions for decades. And so in that vein, you may be realizing there's a level of safety that you can get from your spiritual practices. And with the Knight of Swords, to me, this speaks of anything with mental, with air mind. It could be meditation, mindfulness-based practices. It could be breath work. It could simply mean, I know this is a fire element, but lighting a candle or incense, and perhaps, sitting in stillness. But there's an element here of allowing your mind to rest, because when we receive intuitive messages, it's not up here, right? We feel it in our bodies. And so I feel like this is going to happen quicker. You've got more white birds here. And they bring messages too. So you may feel an uptick, an increase in synchronicities and signs, especially when you have problems or when you're asking for help. Pay attention. You also got for your finances, remember the Magician? So I feel like your connection to the cosmos will will be more clear. This could also allow you, if you haven't, to consider solidifying a practice. I get to speaking affirmations, speaking your dreams alive, speaking your wishes alive, speaking your dreams into fruition, what I heard. So what you say, so be careful of what you say and how you talk. So this may mean, again, on a spiritual sense, a reassessment of what you believe, of your mindset, because what you say to yourself and how you talk, it could have a lot to do with what it is that you are bringing into this world, what you are manifesting and calling in. Because if you're saying, I'll never be able to do that, that's not going to happen. Your goals will not manifest. So in a spiritual sense, you may be really thinking over that mindset, that mind over logic, head over heart. That's what I meant. I was going to say mind over matter. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Head over heart. Okay, now we're going to pivot and take a look at quarters. So we're going to look at January, February, and March for the first quarter, then the second, third, and fourth quarters, and see the general energy. For the first quarter, we have January, February, March. Got Ace of Wands. So this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. And I love this energy. I feel like you are going to be very inspired during this time period, because January, February, March, although we celebrate the new year, it's a lot of time for reflection, for rest, for rejuvenating your soul, your body, your mind, right? Especially if you think of in the northern hemisphere where I'm at, it's winter. It's a time for going within, for really clearing away, finishing things, because in the calendar year, most people think 2023, New Year's Day, it's fresh, but it's not. The energy is still very much, it can be very low because of the weather, because of the temperatures, but also the daylight, right? It tends to be low, and so that could affect your mood. And so many people are tired. They're trying to recoup their energy, especially after holidays. They're getting back into work. And so this is a time period of really reflecting. On top of that, we are going to be experiencing Mercury retrograde in Capricorn until mid-January, and with the shadow period into February. So I feel like during this time, the more that you really take care of yourself during these 3 months, the first quarter of 2023, really making sure that you are sleeping well, you're eating well, you're moving your body, or doing something that you enjoy to sustain your own health, your creative pursuits are going to flourish, to skyrocket, and you are going to get a lot of ideas that perhaps are very much related to things that you want to manifest in your career and with your finances. You may get a lot of ideas, inspirations, contacts, everything. This is where we get with the spirituality, with the Knight of Swords. This is also messages coming in, knowledge. So again, in the first quarter, really pay attention to that. Perhaps writing things down or keeping a journal for this is important. If you feel very called to pursue something you haven't in a long time, especially a hobby, think of something that you've been really called to do. It could be painting. We got a paintbrush here. Calligraphy. Maybe, well, I was gonna say penmanship, but calligraphy is part of that. Baking, cooking, photography, anything creative. Follow that. Jot it down. Journal it. Because each of those steps, it's like a new little window to look into and to gain inspiration. And that's where, when we pay attention to those signs and we just follow that, it opens up more opportunities. This is a very passionate, bright energy. It's really using your energy to the best of your ability. And I know the energy itself, because the Ace of Wands, this is a brand new creative beginning though. So again, you may actually think of something, receive information, an opportunity as well. And it may seem small at the time and you're like, what is this gonna do? But I feel like it's going to evolve with the Ace of Wands into something bigger. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, let's look into quarter 2, April, May, and June. So that's spring, part of summer. We got the Lovers, Gemini energy. Okay, so for the second quarter, April, May, and June, there could be, this is speaking to balance. And for me, this speaks of connection within yourself. It could also be with others. But I feel strongly this is more about your own balance, your own state of equilibrium in your life, more than, we'll just say, love itself, because this is, I'm speaking to the general energy. I feel like this opportunity is going to give you enough time, space to revise, to reflect, especially with the June. June tends to open up to a new season, right? We have a solstice, summer or winter, wherever you are in the world. And so this is a time period where you can take reflection and contemplate, is what I'm doing during this second quarter, is this right for me? Am I going in the direction that I need to? Do things feel good? Are they balanced for me? And this is more air energy as well, because this is Gemini. This could also mean during this time you may want to learn more, especially with the Ace of Wands in your first quarter. You may get this idea, I think I want to return back maybe to graphic design or like I said, calligraphy, or you get some type of idea that you want to pursue. Maybe it's writing a book or starting a blog. And in the second quarter with the Lovers, especially with Gemini, this is about information, gaining more knowledge, education, learning. You may actually dive deeper into this, because just symbolically and metaphorically, the Lovers is a connection between two, right? Usually merging. And so in that vein, this is also about connecting to yourself, to your source of divine inspiration and creative empowerment, sacral chakra energy. And so in the second quarter, you may feel called to actually formalize this and think, you know, well, I'm going to either self-study or enroll in a course or some type of schooling, or expand this in some way, because this may feel like it's part of something bigger. Again, with the Ace of Wands, I feel like for many of you, this could be tied to some opportunity for a potential new career, or a project that becomes a career, or that starts to bring in income down the road. Okay, for quarter 3, we have July, August, September. Okay, we have 9 of Cups. You're getting very nice cards for all your quarters. These 9 of Cups represents a lot of blessings. So this is mainly summer, July, August, September. And again, depending on where you are in the world, summer or winter. And so I feel like during this period, you're going to have a lot of opportunities, a lot of blessings. I wonder astrologically what's happening. I know in July, the nodal points transition from Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra. And so that may also impact this, where you may have placements in either of those signs. And I just get expansion here for you all. A lot of opportunities may come. Again, I feel like this follows. This is almost like growing upon each other, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. And so I feel like when maybe you have reconnected back to some type of creative endeavor, there's something exciting, again, like an idea. It could be an opportunity as well, something tangible that you are going to think about or start in the first quarter. You're going to see some of this start manifesting into your reality by way of opportunities, blessings. It could come in the form of payment, money, people. So be on the lookout. Be really open to what comes in and how you want to use this time, this energy, and also this manifestation. Whether it's just for a creative pursuit or something that you want to potentially turn into a career or something to bring in income. Because I feel the summer months are going to really, it's they're going to be very good for you. I'll just say they're bringing in a lot of happiness, joyful moments, blessings, abundance. This could be with a partner too. I'm getting this. So you may go in on this venture. Perhaps it's a business or it's a collaborative project that's not yet formalized, right? In a way of a business or anything like that. Because of your second and third quarter cards and the connotations here, you may be going in with a partner. It could be like it suggests a lover, but it could also just be like a business partner. So again, there's something about partnership here. You all are ruled by Venus, so again, Venus also rules 7th house Libra, even though it also rules your 2nd house, which is 2, right? So there's something there to keep an eye out too, because partners may come into, during these several quarters, I'll say, may come into your life and you may realize, wow, it'd be really cool. I may want to join up or team up, work with them, potentially facilitate some conversation to collaborate there. Okay, now we have the final quarter, October, November, December. So for the final quarter of 2023, here's what we see. Okay, we got the Four of Swords. I know people are like, dun dun dun. Most people don't like to see the Four of Swords, but the Four of Swords, apart from this scary looking, it looks like a wolf picture, it signifies rest. And so, again, something to be mindful of with this fire energy. You may start off actually pumped, ready to go at the beginning of the year. And you're like, let's make this happen. And then you have Gemini and water energy for the remaining, for the second and third quarter, I should say. So seeing this in the fourth quarter, which signifies rest, something to be careful of throughout the year is monitoring any burnout, any taking on too much, because we do have Jupiter in Aries since December 20th. So simply just be aware of taking on too much, saying yes too much, perhaps putting in too much energy or time, especially, and this happens when you start any new endeavor, whether it's a blog, a platform, a job. There tends to be, I wouldn't say a barrier to entry, but some type of investment you may initially make, whether it's learning how to do a new job or a new position, or potentially, you know, starting school or taking on something new, or anything that you start. It's anything new, right? There's a level of an investment you make. But as you continue, things should balance out. If you find yourself taking on more or investing a lot, at the end of the year, from October, November, and December, you may find yourself completely mind-boggled. You're like, my mind feels fried. I need to take a time out and just rest. So this is the energy we see here. This may also mean you needing to be mindful and take care of yourself and learn how to balance rest and self-nurturance with work. So having clear work-life boundaries will be important for you in 2023, especially if there is a shift in your career, which I felt early on. So again, nothing to be scared of. This is great information, something mindful. It could also mean too, as we enter October, November, December, that is the fall season, right? We have the fall, spring equinox, again, depending on where you are in the world. So that signifies a new season. It's generally a time for endings, for metaphorically deaths, right? And also new beginnings, things complete. So again, you may find yourself at that point wanting to take a break. It could also signify too, things slowing down. So again, you don't want to overburden yourself. Keeping things slow and steady is going to be key. Okay, so now let's take a look to see what your biggest obstacle for 2023 will be. Okay. So your biggest obstacle, we got the Knight of Wands. So again, the Knight of Wands is someone who's very, very passionate, very fast moving, forward movement. Someone who is charismatic. They put in a lot very quickly. Knight of Wands can sometimes be hot and cold. They can go in and out very quickly, depending on the situation, right? You get excited and then it cools and you're like, okay, I'm done with that. Next. So again, something that you may face, this has to do with your energy, is really putting in a lot and then burning out. And then you're like, I need time out. And then putting in a lot and then that cycle repeating. So again, very reflective of the energy from your fourth quarter. Really, at the beginning of the year, probably set up maybe some type of system, ritual, or routine that can slowly allow you to transition from your work to your personal and allow you to really feel rested, however you define it. Energy management is going to be key for you. It could perhaps be a biggest challenge or obstacle you face in 2023, learning how to manage your time, your energy, your own personal resources, because there's only one of you. And so if you don't take care of yourself, you are going to burn out and it's not going to be fun. Okay, let's see how we can tackle that. So how are you able to handle this in 2023? Temperance. I kid you not, Sag energy. This is all about balance. Again, really taking things, this also lends to your spiritual practice. For many folks, and everyone's spiritual practice is very different, but many people like to include some type of grounding practice like yoga, meditation, mindfulness, breath work. Again, there's so much ancestral reverence, candle work, magic. It spans the spectrum. So whatever your spiritual practice looks like, consider really using that to help you retain some balance, or something that allows you to feel rejuvenated and restored and almost cleansed. Like, okay, I feel like I hit the reset button. I feel good. That could mean, you know, taking naps, literally resting with your favorite music, taking a walk, maybe having tea, taking time to read, taking a digital detox, you know, like a break from any digital or electronics. So this is going to be your key to balancing this obstacle, Knight of Wand energy. Also, too, something to be mindful of, if you take on too much, this could lead to this energy of stop and go, and it could lead to inconsistency and being non-committal or seeming non-committal. So be very mindful too of anything that you say yes to or anything that comes your way, to make sure that it's truly something that you do want to continue. Because it's so easy, we see a new opportunity and we're like, yes! And then comes the time where we actually have to invest the time and work and energy into it. And you're like, why did I do this? Why did I say this? I don't even want to do it. So take a momentary pause when opportunities come your way and allow yourself the freedom to say, I'll need 24 hours to think about that. I'll get back to you, and really think about it, assess, perhaps sit on it, meditate, connect to your spiritual team and ask, is this right for where I'm going? Do I really want to do this? Perhaps there's a way to shift the timeline, or to say no and know that things will come back for you. Finally, we're going to wrap this up with an overview of the year ahead and then look at some oracle cards, I should say. So for the year ahead, we have 7 of Cups. Really great expansive energy. This reminds me of, which energy did I see here? Maybe I'm getting Capricorn here. But with this energy, 7 of Cups, you're going to have a lot of choices in 2023. And again, I feel like this taps into your financial outlook here with the Magician. I feel like a lot of opportunities are going to come in, especially when you get clear on what it is that you value, what it is that you want. Because this is in the beginning with your career, we have the 5 of Coins. So it's about simply shifting that narrative, that mindset. And when we're sure of what we want, that's where some of the lack or scarcity or fear may come, or anxiety as well, because when we don't know what we want, it could freak us out, it could overwhelm us. And so it's literally taking just some time out. It could be a day, a weekend, or a week where you take, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, sit on it, meditate, drink your tea or something that you enjoy, and journal, and just ask what's really important to me. And it'll become really clear for you. And again, these things shift throughout our life, so it's important to note it doesn't mean that this is going to be forever. So again, I feel like 2020 year is going to be, this is what Nine of Cups. This reminds me of the Seven of Cups reminds me of the Nine of Cups. Because the seven leads potentially to the blessings, right? The seven are just so many opportunities. So again, in 2023, I feel like you're going to have a lot of options. That's why it's super important to get clear on your values and your priorities. Because when there's so much opportunity around us, it's easy to overwhelm ourselves and say yes, yes, yes. I'm not surprised that's why you have the Knight of Wands as your challenge for 2023. You got to manage your energy and what you say yes to, because you're not going to be able to accomplish everything that you want or everything that you think you want. Balance. Balance is key. Okay, we're going to tap into some oracle and see what other guidance and messages you all need to know, my Tauruses, for 2023. What else would the universe like my Tauruses to know, please, for 2023? Okay, got one card. New Moon in Capricorn. The Capricorns got the same one, but with the full moon version. Your hard work is paying off. Look at this. Keep constant. Be consistent. Keep working at this. It's a really slow and steady energy. It's a patient energy. Some of you may have Capricorn, major placements in Capricorn in your chart as well. Capricorn, sometimes when they set their sights on a goal, they will do whatever they need to do to get there. And they know sometimes patience is required and rest as well. And so this is taking that approach as well. So in 2023, I feel like a lot of the work that many of you have done in 2022, you're going to really see that shift, especially when it comes to your decisions, to the choices that you make, and to the opportunities that come into your sphere. It's going to give you a completely different level of empowerment, source of inspiration, manifestation as well. Interesting, you got Cap. We just had a new moon in Capricorn at the time of this filming. We had it a few days ago, so the energy is still going to be available at when I release this video for you all. And so again, this new moon in Capricorn that we just had, and this was in 2022. This was December 23rd, just yesterday, I should say. This is more like the new year energy, so it's important to really get clear on your goals. Again, because I feel like you will manifest things quickly, but you got to get clear. That's where the confusion lies when it comes to manifestation. Sometimes people manifest what it is they think they want, and then it manifests and they're like, I didn't want this. Well, that's why the clarity is important. Okay. What other messages, please, does the universe have for my Tauruses? Okay. We got 3 cards. Capricorn got this as well. 32, conquer fear. Most fear is based on illusions, on truths we deny to avoid change. Release your need for control and perfection. Doing your best is plenty. So this may have like a similar feel to your 5 of Coins card that you got for your for your career outlook. Again, in 2023, this is going to be a time where you may have to really work through the fears and really bring them up to your awareness, I should say, not just up to mind, but really become aware of them. It's no more hiding. This is like, okay, time to face those fears. What's going on? Why do I feel this way? What's the worst that can happen? What's the best that could happen? You got some Capricorn in here, so some of you may, if you have major placements in Capricorn, you may want to see the Capricorn reading. We have 19, pay it forward. Be the answer to someone else's prayer. Helping others can be the quickest way to help ourselves. And there's little fires here, it looks like. You see little fires? Whatever it is that you may have anxiety around, or fear or insecurities, I feel like you're going to help others overcome the same. In that same way too, you may pair up or find yourself in situations where you are going to help other people work through the same issues while you're working through them yourself. So there's something there in the segment of, it could be mentorship, volunteer work, service, helping others, that is going to help you. So remember, it's like a mirror for you. This energy is going to reflect back to you. We also got 9, rest. This was for your final quarter. Remember, for October, November, December, we got 4 of Swords, which is rest, and you got rest as well. Divine timing is always spot on. Surrender, control, and take a break. See that? Rest. It's up here. We got here, there's a need to release control. So some of you may be dealing with control issues in 2023, and I feel like that could be coming to your awareness. So that's simply something to be mindful of as you work through it, because unfortunately, I wish all of us were healed in a week, but every year there's layers that come, right? We keep working on our own healing paths and journeys, and layers could be, keep coming stripped. Imagine like an onion, or even like, have you ever done foot peels and you see that layer come out like that? Because the dermis has different layers. So in that vein, I feel like many of you, and that's part of the access too with the Scorpio South Node opposite your Taurus North Node. Well, the collective, I should say. Scorpio is about releasing control. So many of you may be learning how to do this, and you're continuing this journey of really feeling safe and learning to lean in to, this is feminine energy, is learning how to rest and realizing things are going to work out for me. I don't always have to constantly be doing or trying to control things, and being that masculine energy, because when we don't feel safe, we tend to try to do things and try to control. Capricorn got very similar message here. Okay. Continue on. What other messages, please, does the universe have for my Tauruses? What else do they need to know for 2023? We got universe. Always be in harmony with the universe. Interesting, we got balance, right? But harmony is also being in tune. This is about really paying attention to the signs, synchronicities, messages, your intuition, right? I feel like this is what is coming for you, perhaps part of your spiritual growth, but I also feel like this is something that you were also suggested to use to overcome potential burnout, right? As a challenge for 2023. So there's a sense of not just inner harmony, but the outer harmony is going to reflect in your material world. This is also too about not controlling, because when we control, things start to shift, and many times they go to shit. When we literally flow with the universe and we're like, okay, I'm not going to force it or push it or try to maneuver things so it goes my way, things literally, I wanted to say self-harmonize, but things allow themselves to like calibrate. What else do my Tauruses need to know, please, for 2023? What else do my Tauruses need to know, please, for 2023? Got one card. Sometimes I'm like, you can't lie. You got fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So you got this twice, conquer fear, and you got fear here. And again, with your career outlook, with the 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles, that indicates too anxiety, insecurity, fear. And so in 2023, I feel like you're going to be transmuting this, learning how to deal with this emotion, what it means to feel fear, what it means to feel out of control. I should say not in that way, because people imagine when I say out of control, like you lost it, you're done. In other words, what I mean by that, let me clarify. learning how to release control, release the reins. When you realize, you know what, I'm going to put my trust that everything's going to work out for me. I did what I needed to in this area of my life, and that's it. Not trying to constantly force things or push things or make things work when you're feeling that it's not. This is really requiring you trust. Trust in the universe. Trust in something bigger. That is why I'll say rest is needed. Because when you transmute a lot of heavy, dense emotions, and again, a lot of healing happening now, especially into the first quarter of 2023, January, February, March. We'll just say as we continue heading towards the light, your body needs rest. Whenever we're healing and we're transmuting energies, you need to rest. It's so important, because if we don't, we may just feel spastic. We may feel like buzzed, and we're like, oh my goodness, I'm not really sure how to do this, how to continue, how to just work day in, day out. It's almost like when, imagine being in a snow globe, those little decorations, and you shake, but the shaking doesn't stop. It's that effect. So you need to rest, sleep, rest, but it goes beyond sleep. Take care of your nervous system. Learn how to emotionally stabilize yourself, your internal self. That's where the grounding happens. Capricorn also got trees. A lot of tree and earth and connection, earth connection and divine connections symbolism as well. So again, a lot of resonance here, similar. Could be earth energies are going through this. Okay, let's take a look at in what ways can my Tauruses practice self-care in 2023. Okay. You got two. You guys, I kid you not. You got fear twice. You got rest again. Look at this. 43-7. You got rest twice. So in 2023, energy management, rest is going to be super important. So you may actually want to take time in your self-care routine to make sure your sleeping schedule, your sleeping routine, your sleep hygiene is on par, that it feels good for you, that you take moments throughout your day to take a break, whether it's taking a walk or meditating or drinking tea or just disconnecting, you know, to recoup. Same goes for your just everyday life. Make sure your calendar is not filled to the brim. Like every minute is accounted for. Make sure you have space in your calendar. And also too, on the weekends, I feel like 2023 is going to be, especially with the nodal points in your sign, you all have undergone so much transformation, and it's still continuing for half of 2023. So you're going to have to, again, rest is important. Not that everyone isn't going through this, but particularly you and Scorpio have been affected in 2022. And then in 2023, it'll be Aries, Taurus, Scorpio, Libra that are primarily affected. So again, can't make this up. We also got Look to the Stars, 31. This to me speaks to, again, the universe, cosmic connection. You got that card earlier. Where is it? Oh my God, did I put it back? Hold on, guys, I want to find it for you. There it is. Always be in harmony with the universe. And then you got this about stars. So again, this opens up to a lot. The stars could mean simply following your own internal guidance, your own North Star. Because we all have it within us, we all feel it. But some of us, if we're especially disconnected to our feminine energy, or simply disconnected to, we'll just say the universe, to spirit, however you denote this higher power, we may just feel like we are not receiving answers, that we can't trust what it is that we get. And I feel like this card is affirming, yes, you can. It simply requires practice, consistency, and cultivation of that. it's already within you as well. Some of you may actually be feeling called to exploring astrology, astronomy too, anything dealing with celestial bodies, stars, planets, quantum physics, energy, elements, alchemy. That's what I meant, not chemicals. Especially since we got fear. This is interesting because the stars, I heard vacuum and I heard transmutation. So for me, stars, if you literally take this as it reads, if you look to the stars, so stargazing, looking up, it's a form too of quieting down your system. So some folks, like if you don't like meditating, maybe just sitting out in the chair at night or in the morning and just, I mean, night probably where you can see the stars more, but that'll allow you to connect more to the cosmos around you and to the energies and to just sit. It doesn't have to be a Zen meditation that some people feel like it is. Okay, let's wrap this up. We're gonna grab an animal spirit message and see what you need to know for 2023. What do my Tauruses need to know, please, for 2023? Okay, thank you. Do we have a card? I swear I felt it. Nope. Okay, let me go again. What messages, please, for my Tauruses for 2023? We got one. We got tiger, fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold, I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. You know, for your first quarter, we got the Ace of Wands. And again, your challenge was energy management. So there is a fire element to your chart, or to your 2023, I should say, where you may just feel very inspired and want to take action. So again, I'm gonna hold this up so you can take a picture if you'd like. It serves to as affirmations, but this is the energy going into 2023. I feel like you are going to accomplish so much, but it's going to be important to find balance. And for some of you, that may be the biggest challenge, is actually learning when to say no, when to carve out rest time, and when to stop actually pursuing your passions, your work. Because I know when it's something that is very important to you and that doesn't feel like work, you can work at it for a long time without realizing, wow, I've been doing this for 10, 11 hours. Let's wrap this up with an affirmation for 2023 for my Tauruses, please. I just feel so like good energy for 2023. I'm not saying every single day is going to be rainbows and sunshines and happiness, but I feel overall there's going to be really positive changes. Okay. We got, I let the universe catch up with my dreams. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. So this may be an affirmation. I'll hold it here, that you may want to repeat or journal on. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. So again, this really denotes not controlling or forcing anything. You know your dreams. Remember your first card and what I said? It's important to get clarity. So really spend some time, if you haven't already, reflecting on 2022 and what it is you would like to manifest in 2023. Because you got amazing cards here that signify a lot of things are going to come in pretty quickly for you. But you got to know what it is you want. And some of it may entail going outside of your comfort zone. My Tauruses, I'm so happy for you. I hope this reading resonated with someone. I hope it helped. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, what you experienced, how you're feeling, if any of this resonated. I know some of this still has to happen in 2023, but I know a lot of it you may already be feeling now. I'd love to hear and get to know you. If you don't want to comment on that, just introduce yourself, say hi. If this reading has helped in any way, please support me and this channel by hitting the thumbs up button, the like button. If you like this reading and you would like to see more, consider subscribing. I do monthly zodiac sign readings and weekly tarot live stream readings, among other types of readings with spirituality, psychic development, energy healing, wellness, and so much more. I'm just excited. I am so grateful. Thank you guys for being here and for taking time to watch this. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of 2022 and a beautiful 2023. Take care, and I will see you soon.